I absolutely think there should be a space for the neurotypical child to be able to express frustration, resentment, disappointment, all of that. If it's too hard for the parent to bear, because that might be the case, then I think you need to reach out to professional support and provide your child that outlet because it it doesn't go away if it isn't expressed. And in fact, it tends to just sort of escalate and can actually end up fueling conflict, which is the last thing that you want, right? Um, but those emotions are normal. Those emotions are expected and typical, and it would be unrealistic to expect a child to not feel upset. You know, the day to the beach gets canceled, right? We have to, rapidly, hastily exit the restaurant in the middle of the meal. I mean, these things happen, and this is hard. There's also, situations where aggression and destruction is part of the dynamic, right? Where maybe the sibling with higher needs and, is very dysregulated, might destroy things in the home or even cause bodily harm. You know, those are situations where, to the extent possible, the parent needs to try to intervene you know, for safety, right? And so that is where kind of having that contingency plan of like exit, right, is really important to help maintain that safety. But if need be, getting in between, grabbing a couch cushion to shield and block while the other child exits. I mean, I know that sounds very intense, but this is the reality that many families are facing. Um, because, from a child protective standpoint, it's absolutely crucial that that protection be provided. Um, you know, if if a sibling, destroys another sibling's, you know, toys or objects or things like that, they should be replaced because that will help kind of equalize that situation. It doesn't totally negate what happened, of course, but it helps restore that. And this is tricky, but I think in many families, they are able to figure out a way in which they can set up some form of reparation or repair between the neurodivergent sibling and, the neurotypical sibling. And that might not be, in fact, almost always, it's not the classic, I'm sorry. um, and in a way, talk is cheap, right? Actions mean speak louder than words, right? So, maybe that, and especially for PDA individuals demanding that there's an apology given, good luck, right? I mean, it's just like that battle of wills, we know where that's going to go. But saying something about, maybe a couple hours after, hey, your sibling was really scared there. The Lego they were working on is now in pieces. Let's think about something you can do that might help them feel better because they're feeling really sad and really upset right now. Do you have any ideas? If they have an idea, you can explore that. You could also suggest an idea like, well, I see, the tower piece of their Lego is on the floor. You're really good at Legos. I bet if you know, put that back together, that would mean a lot to your sibling. And then just walk away, right? Because sometimes it's like less is more, right? Um, but often there is more of a desire to make things right with the sibling because there is sort of this alliance of, both being kids, both being, in that cohort together. So it's not 100% successful, but I think those conversations, are important.